Hello, and welcome to Critical Political Thinking. My name's Camasso, and I'd like to welcome you to our new series, and I'm very proud to present this series. A series where we are highlighting the heroes of this COVID-19 outbreak. Our very first episode, we will be focusing on a doctor, as well as an Army colonel. Many of us did not know that, but that's right, Dr. Deborah Birx is actually an Army colonel, as well as a physician who has highlighted very many accolades throughout her entire career. So it's with great pleasure that I present to you our very first hero highlight, and that is Dr. and Colonel Deborah Birx. Dr. Deborah Birx, born April 4th, 1956, in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. Dr. Deborah Birx always had an interest in science. Behind her family's home, the family had a shed that was filled with all kinds of science projects from her and her brothers. Those science experiments included astronomy, geology, biology, and even on one occasion a homemade satellite dish antenna mounted on roller skates. This love for science carried through to her high school era as well. In her sophomore year, she won third place at the Lancaster City County Science Fair, and she was featured in a front-page story in the Lancaster New Era Girls Sweep Top 3 Prizes. She told the journal that third is all right, but she would be back for the first place prize. And that she did. In her senior year, she competed at the Capital Area Science Fair, and she was awarded the grand prize. These experiences, her brothers say, are what led her to her career as not only an Army colonel, however, as a physician on the lead roles in the viral outbreaks that our country would face. In 1976, Deborah Birx received her bachelor's in chemistry from Houghton College, completing her undergraduate studies in just 2 years. In 1980, she would receive her doctorate from the Hershey Medical Center in Penn State University. From 1980 to 1994, Deborah would serve as an active duty reserve officer with the United States Army. And then again from 1994 through 2008, she would serve as an active duty regular Army, where she would then achieve the rank of colonel. From 1980 through 1989, she worked as a physician at the Walter Reed Army Medical Center. In 1981, she completed a 1-year internship and did a 2-year residency on internal medicine. From 83 to 85, she completed 2 fellowships in immunology in the areas of allergies and diagnostics. She worked in Dr. Fauci's lab from 1985 through 1989, and then she was the assistant chief of the Walter Reed Allergy Immunology Service. She started her career as a clinician in immunology, and then she focused on the HIV and AIDS vaccine research. From 1986 through 1989, Birx worked at the National Institute of Health, the NIH, as an investigator, where she specialized in cellular immunology. She then returned to Walter Reed from 1989 to 1995, where she worked in the Department of Retroviral Research. She was the first assistant chief, and then she would earn the position of chief of her division. She was the lab director in the HIV-1 vaccine development. She became the director of the United States Military HIV Research Program at the Walter Reed Institute. She held that position for 9 years, from 1996 through 2005. She led the HIV vaccine clinical trial of the RV-144, which was the very first vaccine that had been effective in lowering the risk of contracting HIV. Deborah worked in the CDC from 2005 through 2014. CDC, also known as the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. She worked in the divisions for global HIV and AIDS, the DGHA. She also worked for the President's emergency plans for AIDS relief. January in 2014, President Barack Obama nominated Deborah Birx to be the ambassador at a large U.S. global AIDS coordination as part of the President's emergency plan for AIDS relief. She was confirmed by the Senate by a voice vote on April 2, 2014, and she was sworn in only 2 days later. Her role as ambassador was to help meet the HIV prevention and treatment targets set by Obama in 2015, and was to aid the AIDS epidemic by the year of 2030. She was working on this process when on February 27, 2020, Vice President Mike Pence appointed Deborah to the position of White House Coronavirus Response Coordinator. And that is where we came to know Dr. Deborah Birx. And while all her accolades to this point are worthy of a Hero Award, we recognize Deborah Birx for her appointment to the Coronavirus Task Force. Her position on this task force has been nothing short of perfect. She has led by example and shown the American people a true, calm demeanor that has assisted us through this tragic time. Her expertise and knowledge in both the immunology as well as viral disease networks have led to an unparalleled leadership role. It is through this leadership role that she has been able to allow the American people a sense of ability to beat this virus, and has given us the knowledge and information that we require to develop a strategy to defeat COVID-19. While we're sure she will be receiving multiple awards for her role on the COVID task force, she already has won a great deal of awards, such as the 1989 United States Department of Defense Legion of Merit Award, the 1991 United States Department of Defense Meritorious Service Medal, the 2008 Federal Executive Board Outstanding Manager Award, the 2011 African Society for Laboratory Medicine Award, Lifetime Achievement Award, the 2014 Centers for Disease Control and Prevention William C. Watson Jr. Medal of Excellence, and the 2019 International Relations Council Distinguished Service Award for International Statesmanship. We're sure that Deborah Birx will have a great deal of awards to come for her participation in both the COVID task force and her future endeavors as a physician and leader in the medical field. We are very proud to present Dr. Deborah Birx with our first Highlight on the Heroes Award. My name is Corey Camasso. Thank you for watching and listening to Critical Political Thinking. Please like, subscribe, and join us in future videos as we present to you more of our hero highlights, as well as more critical political thinking news, releases, and all of the unbiased presentations that we present. Again, my name is Corey Camasso, and thank you for watching Dr. Deborah Birx Hero Highlight.